Prime Minister announces that the UK formally recognises a Palestinian state, marking a major shift in foreign policy.
Today, we join over 150 countries who recognise a Palestinian state also.
Well, France is among other nations expected to follow suit this week at the UN General Assembly in New York by recognising a Palestinian state. Here's the French President Emmanuel Macron speaking to our US partner CBS.
The objective of Hamas is absolutely not to create a Palestinian state. The objective of Hamas is to destroy Israel, to convince the maximum number of people that they have no chance to have peace and stability and precisely a Palestinian state. And to kill the maximum number of Israeli people. And this is why, if we want to stop this war, if we want to isolate Hamas, the recognition process and the peace plan which goes with this recognition process is a precondition. So my first point is to say, I don't answer the Hamas with that. I don't meet the expectations of Hamas. Hamas is just obsessed by destroying Israel. But I recognize the legitimacy of so many Palestinian people who want a state, who are a people, they want a nation, they want a state, and we should not push them towards Hamas. If we don't offer them a political perspective and such a recognition, the unique answer will be security, and they will be completely trapped by Hamas as the unique option.
Our diplomatic correspondent James Landale has been speaking to Philippe Lazzarini, who is head of UNRWA, the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees. James started by asking his reaction to today's recognition of a Palestinian state.
They recognise, after 140 countries have already recognised the state of Palestine. I do believe it's very important, especially if after the recognition it is translated into genuine commitment to make peace and the two-state solution a reality.
Also on the programme, a second day of disruption at airports across Europe, including Heathrow, after a suspected cyber attack. Live pictures from Arizona, where more than 70,000 people are gathering for the activist Charlie Kirk's memorial. He was shot dead 11 days ago. President Trump is joining them.
Lillian Ordira takes it!
Disappointment for Keely Hodgkinson as she misses out on gold and is beaten into third place by Britain's Georgia Hunter-Bell.
Hello, good morning and welcome once again to Watchdog, where today we...
And John Stapleton, the veteran journalist and broadcaster, has died at the age of 79. We'll look back at his life. Also on the programme, a second day of disruption at airports across Europe, including Heathrow, after a suspected cyber attack. Live pictures from Arizona, where more than 70,000 people are gathering for the activist Charlie Kirk's memorial. He was shot dead 11 days ago. President Trump is joining them.
Hello, good morning and welcome once again to Watchdog, where today we...
And John Stapleton, the veteran journalist and broadcaster, has died at the age of 79. We'll look back at his life.
Good morning. Our headlines today. The Prime Minister is expected to announce later that the United Kingdom is formally recognising the state of Palestine, describing it as a moral responsibility.
RAF fighters have flown their first patrols over Poland as part of the NATO mission to defend against Russian threats.
Emails from the Duchess of York to Jeffrey Epstein show that she described him as a supreme friend 3 years after he was jailed for child sex offences. Let's have a look at the front page of the Sunday newspapers and see what they're talking about this morning. The front page is dominated by the Prime Minister's plans to recognise a Palestinian state. It's something that's been talked about for several weeks now, but the Observer leads with an image of the aftermath of a bomb striking an apartment in Gaza City.
While the Sunday Telegraph reports that Sir Keir Starmer will hit Hamas with new sanctions in an attempt to stave off criticism about his decision to recognise a Palestinian state. The paper says this will have been seen as a move to appease President Donald Trump.
The Mail on Sunday leads on those alleged emails from the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, sent to the convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. It quotes one exchange where she called Epstein a steadfast, generous and supreme friend.
Yeah, and The Sun also focuses on this story, as you can see from the front page there, citing a close friend of the Duchess who says the emails were written at a time when she'd been threatened with legal action by Epstein. A spokesperson for Sarah Ferguson says she spoke of her regret about her association with Epstein many years ago and that her first thoughts are with the victims.
Those are the front pages of the Sunday newspapers, a selection of them on this Sunday morning.